In this episode, I'm going to walk you through why leaders should make reading books a habit. Welcome to Leadership for Startups, where we help entrepreneurs and leaders build businesses that grow and flourish. Welcome to episode 15. My name is Toyoshimbi, your host. And if you're joining for the first time, I want to welcome you to our show. You can now follow this show on Facebook, me/Leadership for Startups. Now, today we're going to talk about reading books. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs, leaders, and managers get stuck in their thinking and sometimes find it hard to deal with the various challenges that are facing them. Obviously, the journey as you start your venture could sometimes be lonely, and this could lead to lack of ideas, lack of problem solving, and just difficult times. So one of the traits that you'll find from successful entrepreneurs is their love for reading. Let me give you a few examples of names that you might know. For instance, Bill Gates reads one book a week. Mark Zuckerberg reads one book every 2 weeks. Elon Musk is an avid reader. Warren Buffett spends about 80% of his day reading. Mark Cuban reads for more than 3 hours every day. Oprah Winfrey reads one book every month. These are just a few people that most likely you know that have taken the challenge to keep reading. Now, some of you might say, well, it's good for them. I just don't have the time. And is that what you're thinking? Well, this is where I think lies the problem. You see, there's a well-known story of a man that was trying to cut down a tree. And so he took an axe and started to hit the tree constantly. And his attitude was, I'm just going to keep on hacking at this tree and eventually the tree will fall. Well, there was another man had a similar situation, but approached it completely differently. Yes, he spent time hacking at the tree with the axe, but what he did differently was that he would regularly spend time sharpening the axe. I'm sure you get the whole story. There's a proverb actually that says, if the axe is dull and its edge unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. And so reading books is exactly the same as sharpening your axe. It was the late Charlie Tremendous Jones that said, you'll be the same person in 5 years as you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read. Now, personally, I just love reading. I've read maybe I think it's well over 2,000 different books. And what I learned from doing that is that reading books gives you frameworks, concepts. You can't always remember everything, but it's more important for you to be able to isolate what you can apply. And as a business owner, I strongly believe that taking on the challenge of reading books regularly, and it doesn't always have to be business books. You'd be amazed of how much you can get from any kind of book, but definitely make business books a priority, that you would be on a learning path far more than your competitors. Now, there's a lot of information out there in the world today, and so one of the challenges is knowing what to focus on. But first of all, you just have to get the mindset about reading and seeing how important it is with regards to your own personal development as a leader, as an entrepreneur. So I'm going to just quote a few famous leaders in history or current, that what they have said about reading. I'm just going to read some quotes out for you. So Mark Cuban, who I just talked about, he said, I read every book and magazine I could. $3 for a magazine, $20 for a book. One good idea would lead to a customer or a solution. And those magazines and books paid for themselves many times over. Harry Truman is the one that is famous for saying, not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. Elon Musk, when he was asked how he learned to build rockets, guess what his answer was? I read books. Oprah Winfrey is quoted as saying that books allowed me to see a world beyond the front porch of my grandmother's shotgun house and the power to see possibilities beyond what was allowed at the time. Mark Zuckerberg says books allow you to fully explore a topic and immerse yourself in a deeper way than most media today. Barack Obama, reading is important. If you know how to read, then the whole world opens up to you. Thomas Jefferson, I cannot live without books. Bill Gates, reading is still the main way that I both learn new things and test my understanding. Napoleon, show me a family of readers and I will show you the people who move the world. Walt Disney, there's more treasure in books than in all the pirates' loot on Treasure Island. Abraham Lincoln, my best friend, is a person who will give me a book I have not read. John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, drink deeply from good books. And Warren Buffett said, read 500 pages every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. All of you can do it, but I guarantee not many of you will do it. Everybody can read what I read. It is a level playing field. And you know what? I think this is the main reason why you should be in the habit of reading books. You get to sit down with the person who has learned something and you can immediately benefit from that same information. And it's a level playing field. We are privileged to have access to so much information. What a tragedy it would be that you didn't make the most of it when the answer to that your question is already written in a book. So most people then say, well, okay, but which books should I read? Or I still don't just have the time. Well, this is where I want to help. So first, I have put together what I'm calling the ultimate reader's guide, especially for startup leader, the 100 best business books. It's a downloadable guide covering 20 different categories, from sales to marketing to hiring to team building, etc. And I've selected 5 top books in these 20 categories. And you can simply click on the link and it will guide you, take you to Amazon where you can buy it. So you can go to leadershipforstartups.com/100 business books. That's leadershipforstartups.com/100 business books. And that will take you straight to where you can download it. I'm also producing short video clips around each book that you can watch. And I give you one thought, one action from one book each week. So you can see the links also at Leadership for Startups. Go to the podcast episode 15 and you see the link to the first video there. So these are some resources that I want to provide just to encourage you on your journey. These are resources that I hope would help you become an avid reader. And I'll talk more about what are some of the best ways of how to get the most out of a book. I'll give you some of my own strategies later on, how I mind map books, how I turn the knowledge from just information to either shifting the mindset, which is very important, and also more important about how to take action based on what you read. So these are 2 resources that I hope will support you on your journey. Until next time, to your success.